Hi, and thank you for joining us once again with In the Kitchen with
Christian
and Nancy. And for today, we're going to demonstrate a very healthy, very easy recipe. Don't be fooled by easy, right? Because we're not going to sacrifice, of course, flavor. We're not sacrificing texture, and most importantly, nutrition, right? Because we always want to bring you easy to make, but healthy recipes that you can try at home. Right?
That is right, Nancy, and I'm so excited with this recipe because we have a lot of colors, a lot of nutrition, a lot of fiber, a lot of vitamins. So I really hope you like it.
And don't stress, because you might think easy. Well, that's a lot of ingredients, right? There's a lot, but you'll see in a minute. It's one pot, easy to make. Everything's going to be added in one pot, and you're good to go. Voila, you have an easy soup.
Of course, the more time that you're gonna spend in this recipe is cutting your vegetables, and that's it. But once you have it ready, it's gonna take about 10 minutes, maybe less,
right,
to be ready.
Before we dive into the ingredients, I just want to say the most you're probably going to take on this recipe is going to prepare your, of course, not only chopping your vegetables if you choose to go that route. We chopped for like 2-3 hours. No, just kidding. No, we went ahead and chopped. But as you know, in the groceries, now it's available pre-chopped, packaged vegetables. But I do highly recommend. It's fun to be in the kitchen chopping away. With a cup of tea or coffee. It's the time that you can
spend with your kids.
Right.
Helping them learn, helping them to learn how to cook healthy.
Where food comes from, how we cook it. So yes, we highly recommend that you try that. So the first step in this recipe that you're gonna see is, of course, preparing your tortilla chips. We used corn tortillas. It's a simple, small package, maybe a 24-count package. We did choose the low-carb tortillas, right, Christian?
Yeah, it's low calories.
Low calories.
When I had to cook with tortilla chips, I always go for those, so you don't feel guilty with so many carbs and tortillas.
Right. So basically, we just shaped them. You cut them into little strips. You place them in the oven, just like the recipe calls for, at 350 degrees. On a sheet pan, of course, you spray them with oil. That's why we have the spray here. And we have olive oil, but you can use any spray that you have at home. Place them in the oven at 350 degrees and just 10 to 14 minutes. Be mindful though, we highly recommend to please keep an eye on your oven because they burn easily. So keep an eye on that.
Don't leave the kitchen.
Right, don't leave the kitchen because it'll burn. So that's gonna be the longest probably step aside from the chopping, right?
Yeah.
So, and as far as equipment or utensils, we have a stovetop burner here. For easy demonstration purposes. We have our 6 to 8 cup saucepan. Make sure that the saucepan you use for this recipe is deep enough, so something similar to this, which is 6 to 8 cups, because of the liquid and the quantity of ingredients that we're going to place in this pot. You want to make sure you have enough surface area, not only for it to cook, but so that it won't spill over. You'll avoid any spillovers, okay?
All right.
So we have that. We have everything portioned here, pre-measured. So let's go over the ingredients. So it calls for oil. Of course, we're using canola oil because that's what we have in our pantry. But again, you can use whatever oil you have in yours. It calls for 1 tablespoon, and again, that's going to be to saute the vegetables, and we'll show you in just a minute. We also have the chicken broth. It does call for 6 cups of low-sodium chicken broth. We couldn't find it. We're not using that. We're using the regular chicken broth. But if you're following a strict low-sodium diet, right, of course, prescribed by your physician, please do stick to low sodium, okay? We're using corn. It does call for frozen or canned corn. For today's demo, we're using canned corn here only because it's easy. And we used I think it's 15-ounce can, and we have it pre-portioned here. Yes. We went ahead and drained the liquid. And then we're using diced tomatoes. It does say you can use your own fresh tomatoes and dice them, but we're using the canned as well for convenient purposes, right? Now on the diced tomatoes, we did not strain them. We left the juice because, it comes handy for our soup. You'll see in a minute, okay? We're using also our fresh vegetables are the green bell peppers, which we have here. It's one diced, and we have the red bell pepper here, also 1 medium to large diced bell pepper. Again, if you have the orange, the yellow, I don't know which one it is, orange, yellow, sometimes it looks orange to me or yellow. If you have those, you can use that, or if you want to use just one color, that's fine too.
All the colors?
Or all the colors, because remember, it's going to be really, really pretty product. It also calls for garlic. We have 2 to 3. I'm gonna confess, I put a little bit more because I love garlic. 2 to 3 cloves of garlic minced. I went ahead and minced it myself. I don't like the pre-minced that comes packaged. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't have enough flavor. Yeah. And then we have a medium diced onion, which you see here.
Yeah.
We use yellow onion. You can use the red. You can use the white, whatever you like. What else?
Spices.
Of course. Well, and then the chicken.
And the chicken.
The chicken, it calls for 2 cups of pre-cooked chicken. You can use any kind of chicken. You want to cook your whole chicken at home. You want to cook your chicken legs or chicken breasts, chicken thighs, whatever you like. What we did for today's demo, for convenient purposes as well, is we bought a rotisserie chicken and we just deboned it and we shredded 2 cups of chicken pre-cooked already here. It also calls, of course, the chicken broth. Sorry, I didn't go over that here. Here we have the 6 cups of chicken broth. Again, regular broth, but the recipe calls for low sodium. What else? As far as spices?
For dressing?
Well, for spices, the only spices, surprisingly enough, it doesn't call for salt. You believe that? It doesn't call for salt.
It's only 2 spices.
Right. It's cumin, which we have 2 teaspoons of cumin and 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. And that's it. That's all for the spices. We have a juice of 1 lime here, okay, for the recipe as well. And of course, like Cristian was saying, we have a dressing, not dressing, items to dress the soup at the very end. And again, the recipe, you'll see once you go in there, it says to choose your toppings, whatever you like. Of course, you know that Cristian and I, we love avocado, we love cilantro, so we chose our toppings to be cilantro and avocado. And it also calls for cheddar, a cup of mild cheddar, just to dress it as well. There we have our tortilla chips, and of course some cilantro. We're choosing the cilantro. Instead of the sour cream, we're using Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Of course, it's healthier. You add a little bit more protein as well, right? But if you have sour cream at home, you can use that as well. And a couple of other wedges of your lime, so we can add some extra lime. Okay, right. And I think that's
we're
it.
Ready.
We're ready?
We're ready to go.
So here we have this already preheated. Again, if you're doing it, of course, on your stovetop, medium, I think to medium to maybe high heat, okay, at first, so that way you can saute your onions and your garlic. And I'm just gonna raise it a little bit here. Don't do that at home.
Don't let your kids do it.
I know, my kids make fun of me. It's like, Mom, why are you touching the pot? I don't know, just give it time. Okay, let's start with 1 tablespoon of your oil.
Right. Excuse me.
There you go. Just raise it up a little bit. Oh, it's hot.
Okay.
All right.
And remember, the oil is gonna help us just to prevent the food to get sticky in the pan. Don't put more than what you need, because we don't want to fry our food or add those calories.
Right. Okay. And I hope this is hot enough. I want to hear that sizzle, or I'm gonna be disappointed.
Let's try it with the onions.
Okay. So we're going in with the onion first. Okay. It does say to saute your onions first.
No, I think it's more time.
I'm waiting for the sizzle. It's coming.
Yeah.
Let's see. Getting it all over me. You want to help me with that? Let me see. I need to raise it up. Oh, I hear it a little bit.
There you go. It's starting.
I'm a little disappointed here. I like the sizzle. The sizzle sound. Just want to make sure it's hot. Okay. So we're going in with the onion. Again, this is not mentioned in the recipe, but I like to add a little bit of salt because it does cause your onion to sweat. What that means is it just cooks down faster. Okay, so I'm just gonna add maybe, that's it. Not too much.
Just a little.
Maybe a little, So.
Well, in the meantime that is ready, Nancy, maybe I can start telling you what are the nutritional values for this recipe,
Right.
Especially the onion, that is the one that we are starting. That one, there's a lot of research, right? That it's gonna help, like this kind of antibiotic.
Right. Antibiotic, antifungal. It does help with gut health, along with your garlic. So I use a lot of onion and garlic. I don't know if you do, but I use a lot of onion and garlic in my foods because, again, I mean, you want to give your kids the best nutrition. But I do believe that if your gut is healthy, then you have a healthy system.
And especially for this time that we still have kind of a chill weather, These ingredients are gonna help your recipes to boost your immune system and your families.
Right, right.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm a little
A
disappointed.
little bit slow?
No, but it's coming. I think we can add the garlic here if you like.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a mess here. It is on high, right?
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Just taking a little longer. Oh, I hear it. A little bit. Okay, we're gonna go in with the garlic now. Be careful with the garlic. You don't wanna overcook the garlic. Remember, if it starts to burn maybe longer than a minute, I think, right?
Yeah.
It starts to get kind of like a bitter taste. You don't wanna do that to your garlic. You just want to cook it enough to where it starts releasing that aroma,
Flavors.
that flavor,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Let it come together. But don't overcook it because it does get that bitter taste to your food.
Yeah. Something very interesting about this recipe that, as I mentioned before, the more time that you're gonna spend is just chopping your vegetables, but also when you're cooking your onions. But once this is ready, you can start throwing up in the pan, and that's it. It's gonna take maybe 5 to 10 minutes for this recipe to be ready.
Yeah. And like I said, this is probably the longest process here. Get it going, get it cooking down, and then, like Christian said, we just add everything here, and then you have your soup.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
it
so-
doesn't have any order. You can throw the ingredients however you want. I think for this time we're gonna start with the peppers just because it has a little bit more fiber, and so it's still a little. It needs a little bit more time for
Yes,
cooking.
they're a little bit more fibrous. So we're going to go ahead and start adding them here. I like to, like Christian said, I don't like to add the liquid right away because I like to have our vegetables saute together with the oils and come together and kind of sweat a little bit and cook it down a little bit. Okay.
Yep, that's right.
So we're gonna do that today. So you ready to add? You ready
Yeah.
to add? Okay.
All right.
We're gonna add the green bell pepper first. Again, this is one medium to large.
Maybe when you just pass me
Oh, yeah, thank you.
the containers.
Now, again, we have red and green bell peppers. So, Christian, right, we have a lot of vitamin C,
Correct.
right? Along
Vitamin
with the
C,
fiber.
vitamin A, vitamin
One
E.
red. That's the red one. There we go. It looks pretty already, right?
Yeah.
Let's go in with the, what do you want to do next?
The corn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, corn, I don't know, some of you may have allergens or your children may have an allergy to corn. I know some people that do. You can omit, right? And it does say that in your recipe that you can make it, allergen free for those of you that have allergens. You can swap out the corn and you can add maybe like black beans.
Yeah.
Right? Black beans.
And you can increase the protein in your recipe.
And fiber, more fiber still, okay? So, okay, so this is the corn, the bell peppers, the onion, and the garlic so far. What else do you want to do? You want to do the diced tomatoes?
Let's do the chicken first.
Oh, you want to do the chicken? Okay. Again, this is 2 cups of pre-cooked chicken. We're going in here with the chicken. Okay. And you might say, wow, that's a lot of food in one pot, but our pot is deep enough, okay? So don't fear, we're not
that's
gonna.
that's why we're suggesting to make sure you have a deep pan because I
Yes.
know it's a lot of ingredients and a lot of fluids.
I think at this point we can do either the diced tomatoes and then we go in with the spices.
Okay.
So let's do the diced tomatoes. Again, we kept the juice, right? Do not strain it. Diced tomatoes. We're gonna go in with the, what is this, a cumin? 2 teaspoons
Yes,
of
2
the
teaspoons.
cumin. You can smell that. And now we're going with 1.5 teaspoons of your chili powder. Okay, that's stuck there. I don't like to waste anything. Jason, are you used to making soups at home? Do you do it often for your family?
Yeah, usually we do, especially as I mentioned in this time. I love soups in the cold weather, right?
Very
What is
comforting,
new for me in this recipe is the lemon juice. I haven't
yes.
used it while I'm cooking. I always put my lime at the end. But let's
Me
see
too.
how it goes.
Me too. So let's do it here.
Okay.
What else we need? We just need the broth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is juice of 1 lime. Juice of 1 lime. Yeah, me too. I'm not used to putting the lime in the, adding the lime within the recipe afterwards. I like to add some to the soup. Okay, I think this is ready for the broth.
The broth?
You want to help me with that? It's a
Yeah,
little
sure.
heavy, be careful.
Okay. So it's 6 cups, right? 6 cups
Yes,
of
6 cups of regular
chicken broth.
chicken broth.
All right.
What else are we needing? That's it?
The what?
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
So see, that's it. Yeah, that's all, folks.
Yeah. So the
So-
rest that we have here is gonna be at the end. So the next step right here is just let it sit, let it start boiling, and to let all the ingredients release in their flavors and getting all along.
So here we're going to go ahead and place the lid. So pretend this is your stovetop. You place your lid, let it come to a boil about 10 minutes. Let it boil, get boil it together. And then you can lower the heat and let it simmer for another, I would say another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's ready to plate, right? So
Correct.
for today's demo, we're not gonna wait until it boils, right? It'll take too
We have
long.
everything ready.
Yes, so we have already some pre-made. So I'm just gonna scoot this over. Hopefully I won't burn myself.
Careful.
Oh, this is hot.
There you go.
Let me move it over. Put that over, we'll let it
So
continue.
we have right here exactly same ingredients. Ooh, careful, yeah, it's hot.
Okay, this one
Okay,
is
give
here,
me a plate.
and here's the ladle.
Can you
So
tell me
this
to-
again, this is pre-prepped. Okay, we've been, hey, let me have the,
There you go.
okay. And see, we wanna show you all the colors, see the soup. I mean, there's
It
color
smells
in your
so
soup
good,
and it
yeah.
smells delicious. You see the red, the green, the yellow, and of course, plenty of chicken in there. I mean, I thought like 2 cups of chicken was not gonna be enough, but I mean,
No,
there's a lot of
it's
chicken in there.
enough. So the total
Yeah.
of the ingredients that we used in this recipe is gonna give us seven servings.
7
Each
servings.
serving is gonna give us 292
Oh,
calories, 30 grams of carbohydrates, 25 grams of protein, which is very good, and 10 grams of fat, and also 4 grams of fiber, which
That's
is
quite a
really
bit.
good for just one recipe, right?
So here, since we're dressing it, we're gonna plate it for you. I'm gonna do 4 of these ladles, which is, the bowl is like a 3-cup capacity,
Yeah,
right?
so it's about 3 servings.
right.
It's just for serving. Remember, be conscious about your servings.
Right, right.
We want to measure maybe only 1 to 1.5 cups.
And here you go. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more soup in there. Just for the,
Sounds good. So let me start
there you go.
dressing it. Of course, we're gonna use our tortillas. It's chicken tortilla soup, right? So I'm gonna put them first. There you go. And now I'm gonna go with
The cheese? Or,
the cheese. Let's do the cheese. You want more?
smells good. No.
All right.
And add some,
Let's put the
Do you need the
avocado
spoon?
first.
and that I have some of them.
This is pre-cut already.
Again, you can have your kids help in the kitchen, help with either, getting the cheese, getting the avocado, maybe not cutting the lemon wedge, but, handing everything over to you. Again, they feel prideful that they're helping mom or dad in the kitchen. It's fun and exciting for them.
Yeah, of course.
Don't forget that. So
Okay, so this is the Greek yogurt. Remember, we're substituting the sour cream for Greek yogurt just to boost the protein.
oh shit, looks delicious.
Yes, and the special touch of cilantro.
And I have another confession talking about cilantro. So for this batch that we cooked earlier for you, I did add, while it was simmering, I did add a little bit cilantro.
Oh yeah.
Because it does give a little bit more flavor.
Of course.
So I
of
did do
course.
that. So remember, make it your own, and you can add, any extras that you like at home.
All right.
So
Did it is
that looks
super
so
easy,
pretty.
super quick.
Okay.
It took us
Well,
maybe 10
how long?
minutes.
I don't know, but I'm ready to taste. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let's try it. Oh my gosh, this looks
Go
really
ahead.
pretty.
Ladies first.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, I got the gooey cheese. Okay, let me see. Let me get our blender.
So this is the proof that it's hot.
Yes, it's super hot. Nothing cold. We don't serve anything cold here. Am I hogging it up? All right, I'll just, that's enough. Try it there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that looks really good.
Yes.
Mmm,
Very nice.
smells really good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, I don't want to burn myself.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's delicious. You need to try this recipe with your family.
You can talk while I eat, okay?
And remember, if you like this recipe, all the recipes that we are giving you every month, you can go to texasweek.org. You can find the link in the details of this video just for easy access. For the same reason, don't forget to give us like so you can get all the notifications every time we do a new food demonstration.
Right. So thank you again. And for those of you that, we just want to remind you, those of you that are waiting to obtain your WIC benefits, don't forget to complete that survey at the end of the video as well.
Of course.
So that way you can get your WIC benefits on time.
Yeah, I have read some comments regarding the survey. Where can I find it? So for that, you need to go to your WIC clinic, the one that you always go. Just scan the QR code that they should have in the front desk, and voila, you can have your WIC benefits.
Awesome. Thank you, Christian. Well, thank you once again for joining us in this live cooking demo that we have for you. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you in our next one as well. And we hope that we motivated you and we encouraged you to try something new and fun in your kitchen with your loved ones and make awesome memories. You have a great rest of your day. Have a blessed day. And thank you once again for being here with us. All right.
Thank you. See you next one.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Nancy. Me puso nervioso eso, Nancy.
Yeah.
El grill.